Shalom, family. It's been a minute, huh? Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb. Forever. You know, it's hard to even know where to start. So I'll start with something about me. A couple of years back, I woke up feeling funny. And I knew instantly what it was. I didn't have my mojo. I felt like God had removed the connection. He put me on hold or something. And so I walked around half a day pretty much lost and confused and wondering what I had did wrong. I went back thinking in my mind about every word I had said, every statement made, every action taken over at least a 3-week period. I couldn't find nothing. But then as quickly as it left, it came back. And I felt like God was saying, I just wanted to see how would you react. I just wanted to see. Well, you seen, Father, you seen. Discombobulated. Discombobulated. People, they show you an illusion. But first, let me talk to black people. Especially you, black people. You are shown an illusion politically. An illusion. And you fell for it. Now, I'm not saying that you should vote one way or the other. I'm just saying that you have fallen for the illusion. When have anyone in America given you anything? Now, I know some of y'all is afraid to raise your hand because they have given things. They have given things. But I don't consider you us. I consider those who would want worldly things, and in return they lose their rights as a sovereign human being. Then you just can't play on our team. You have to be a sovereign individual. Stand on your own 2 feet. And this is something that they don't do. They follow marching orders, lockstep. So, is it any wonder that we wound up where we are? We're smart. Is it any wonder, black people? You know how long Nancy Pelosi has been in government? Pretty much all of her adult life. A long ass time. 30 years at least, to give or take a year. And she's always harbored these views. And she always has white people in blackface standing around her. White people in blackface. Also known as the House Negro. Right there. And they even clap for her, knowing that she has these kind of views. Now, she said, only pander to the black. Don't give them anything and do not support them. So, what exactly wow. What does her husband think? What do the other members of Congress think? I'm sure that they all knew that she harbors these views, yet she rose all the way up to the level of House Speaker with these views, which are clemency, Oh yeah, here's the caveat. We don't owe them anything. That's what Nancy said, but to be fair, she's a heavy drinker. That I can tell you. Nancy don't mind having her morning scotch. Okay? Nancy has been known to show up in the Congress smelling, well, I wasn't there, but she was clearly shit-faced. Yeah, I seen her. Other people seen her too. Well, when you have these types of views, I guess that you have to have some kind of self-medication going on, and Miss Pelosi's drug of choice is alcohol. That's her drug of choice. Alcohol. Alcohol in the morning, alcohol at noon, and alcohol at night. If Nancy was a wound, well, let's just say it would be the cleanest wound that you ever set eyes off, because it has been drenched in alcohol. Patient didn't even scream. But think about that, folks. And then you wonder why there is no traction on reparations. But there is. You just don't see it. They're not stupid. They understand. Then you wonder why there's no traction on reparations. Look no further than Nancy Pelosi and the CBC, for those of you who don't know, the Congressional Black Caucus, who's either afraid of Nancy or maybe it's the majority whip that they, the majority whip. I made a pun. Are you guys afraid of the majority whip? Oh man, that would explain lots of things. It's more than just a symbolic position, is it? He actually has a whip, don't he? And anyway, with the exception of a few of them, by few, 3 or 4, they kind of just there to look as though black people, you Negro, are being represented when you are not. You never was, and by Nancy's estimate and her own promulgation, albeit personal, it never will be until she die. You ain't changing her heart. I mean, you have to understand that this ain't no young woman. This is not a young woman. Okay? Anyway, we're going to raise up off of Nancy, at least for now. Now, let's look at, let's have a look at Paris. Are y'all having fun in Paris now? Are you having fun? No fiber optic cable, subway service is sparse, a blackout, a blackout of the city to the point where the only building that had illumination or light was the church itself. Did you get the message? Did you get the message? Is there anyone else out there who would like to mock Jesus or God? At this rate, I wouldn't even mock Raphael or the Archangel Michael or Ariel or none of them, man. Just don't mock nothing heavenly. You're much safer if you don't mock anything heavenly at this point, because clearly you are confused about the rules. The rules are simple. No more mocking. If you mock, then we will hurt you. Worse than, you know how there's a story in the Bible where Sarah couldn't have children. And so Sarah's husband, following Sarah's advice, had said, go to her and have children with her, and we will raise her children as our own. Well, As it would have it, the maidservant ended up pregnant. A child was born, but in the midst of that, a son was born. And so one day, she said, now, both of these are her sons. She said so out of her own mouth. These are our sons. This was a needed act. The man needed children. I couldn't give them at the time, so bam, bam, bam. So, she sees the older boy, the maidservant's son, mocking her son. You know how boys do. That lady, that woman, that mother went off of the hook. She took the opportunity to let her husband know how she really felt about everything. She even said that damn boy right there will never take part in my son's inheritance. I say, well, wow. So I guess the moral of that story is on the down of a personal level. A gentleman, don't let your barren wife talk you into having a child with some other woman unless it's in vitro fertilization or something like that. Stay away from that whole scenario. I promise you it will end the same way. In one way or the other, it will end the same way. Okay? So don't be like him. Now, the response. God, goodness gracious, look at the response. Look at the response. I know that the father has slid to the edge of his chair and looking down here like, well, I'll be damned. Look at that. And the devil thought, what? The devil could not have known about these numbers. They putting up some numbers. Not only are they putting up the numbers, but they pulling out of the Olympics. Advertisement, athletes. I like to take this time to ask the good people of France. Oh, and that guy, Mr. Julia Jolly, who thought it was a good idea to choreograph this and make it all happen. How do you feel right now to know that at least what I estimated to be 250,000 people in the streets blasting Christian music and saying, we really thinking about pitchforks. We don't like you. We don't like what you did. You stand against God. You stand against us. And you're openly evil and wicked. I wonder how that feels. I wonder if Mr. Julia is walking around saying, I don't care. I don't care. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I wonder if he's saying that. I mean, after the blackout, after Notre Dame Cathedral burned down, after the fiber optics all gone bye-bye, after the subway, the train doesn't work anymore, I wonder how he feels to foot the bill for that one. Now, I know his father should be proud of him. Very fucking proud. But for everybody else, well, he on the hit list now, ain't he, folks? He just on the goddamn hit list, ain't he? Well, anyway, but look at the return on the investment. You're in the negatives. For what? An hour or an hour and a half of notoriety and blasphemous notoriety. You get all of this smoke. All of this smoke. Well, like I say, it's a respectable stance if you can take the licking. It's an honorable stance. We're going to still hate you all the same, but it's an honorable stance if you can take the listen. Die for what you believe in. Die for what you believe in. You know, I would like to ask Was it worth it though? Do you now understand that what you thought, and this is from a group that notoriously overextends or overestimates or overestimate what the situation is. Was it worth the return? And did you expect the return you got and the blowback? The socio-political blowback. Did you expect that? I don't think the devil did either. I don't think he did. This shocks him. Now on to the next topic, and the final one. New World Order. New World Order. You can see it as it's happening, what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do. But they need silence. They need silence. That's why they need everybody to be quiet. They know that it's time up. And that what they are trying to do will fail. They know it will fail. They know that it will also cause the lives of millions. But they are heavily invested at this point, meaning there's no way out for them. If they don't succeed, a lot of them get executed, investigated, and imprisoned. This is a fact. So what would you do? You would do the same thing that Benjamin Netanyahu is doing. Trying to stay in power. Stay in power. It's sad, isn't it, that one man is willing to cause so much life as if something's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. 92,000 Palestinians, and this man, he gets a standing ovation, I think 42 times or 52 times. One of them lasted as long as 4 minutes. Your Speaker of the House, people, referred to him as his Excellency. A war criminal. A war criminal was referred to by the Speaker of the House as his Excellency. The Speaker, wow, also threatened House members with arrest if they dared to speak against him, as he stood there and espoused lie after lie after lie. He even brought back up and regurgitated the fact that it was a secret attic and it was a secret family, and the Palestinians had to murder secret babies with no evidence. Every major newspaper in even Israel has called this narrative a lie. Just like the beheaded babies. A lie. Just like the raped Palestinian hostages. Israeli hostages, pardon me, also a lie. And they stood there and they gave this man a forum, one of the most powerful places in the world to espouse lie after lie after lie after lie. Oh, while at the same time representing you, I would dare say at this point that when your speaker refers to the premier or the president or the prime minister as his excellency, what is he? The devil himself? See, y'all need me down there. A man like me, I'm finna go to jail. I mean, Mr. Mike Rich, Speaker of the House, with all due respect, but you can expect me to slap the shit out of that man if I get anywhere near him. Yep, I'm going to leave my paw print on his face. If it doesn't go further. If he tries to fight after that, it's going to go further. I'll just beat the living crap out of him. And I'll be bonding out in about 5 hours, I would presume. I'll be bonding out of jail in about 5 hours. You'll see how that would go. But instead, they stood in line to shake his hand. You even had at least one member of the House sending secret hand signals. I thought he was doing the nasty with his fingers at first, but that wasn't what was going on. He was sending Mr. Netanyahu a hand signal. These are some creepy ass people, man. Creepy as hell. Creepy, abnormal, and creepy. In the meantime, you have Ms. Harris saying, and Ms. Harris, you are now fair game, Madam President. Now you have done well for yourself. Real well. In fact, you've done better than most. Was it? And maybe we can attribute this to your political prowess and your hard work and your connections, all of which are fair. You made all of the right choices and the right decisions, I see. Bless your heart. Well, Madam President, we got a couple of problems. First problem is, I knew, and I said so, less than 8 months ago, I'm sure I can find the audio, that this was the plan all along for Joe Biden to pass the torch to Ms. Harris. They're late. They're late. That whole run-up to he's crazy, all that shit there, that's just illusion. This was the plan all along. Okay? This country would never, especially now, elect a female president. And they knew this. This ain't got nothing to do with me or men, women, shit. This politics. It would never, at this point, elect a woman president. Not only that, it would never elect a Indian American, a Asian American, or any other kind of fucking American. Nope. They're only interested in white men that they can trust right now. Are you a white man that you think that they can trust? No, you're not. The second problem is, in 2016, you was the first Indian American. And then in 2018 or 19, first Asian American. Then finally, and in 2023, you morphed again into the black American. I mean, the first black vice president. This is an extreme metamorphosis, but that's none of my business. If you got the magic, you got the magic, boo-boo. If you got the magic, you got the magic, okay? But they didn't fall for it. They didn't fall for it. Now, even major outlets are, starting to repeat your ethnicity over and over. The Associated Press, within 3 years, called you Indian American and then black. It seems to me that they're willing to use you and your face, and you're willing to allow it whenever the need arises. And that's okay too. This is all done by choice, but I want you to recognize you have officially entered man's business affairs. You will not be treated like I would not treat a man. We all believe in equality around here, so you shall be equal. What I would say about, Netanyahu, and you know your history. You know everything. And I'm not even talking about sexual. I don't even have to do that. No, you just have a history of black hate while at the same time being black when it was necessary. Well, you know what my great-grandpappy used to say? You know what my great-grandpappy used to say? I don't either. I'm going to make this shit here up. But I'm pretty much convinced that the combination of loose women and cheap whiskey can kill any man. Can kill any man. That combination right there. Cheap whiskey and loose women will get you every motherfucking time. Okay? So, it's equivalent. So I just want you to understand that. So everything is fair. We're not interested in entertaining what we have been openly attacking. So don't make this necessary. Accept the fact that you have lost the black vote. The black vote's gone. It's gone. It's not coming back. And not only is it gone, that the more you do to stop the hemorrhaging, the worse the hemorrhaging gets. It's like I asked you before. And others. Will they listen to you or the voice inside their head? Huh? Which will they listen to? You or the voice in their head? The voice in their head has the advantage because it has never told a lie. The voice inside their head has the added advantage because it can make what ain't is. You have no such advantage. What I'm trying to say is that if the voice inside of their head decides it's going to help or harm, then it helps or harm. And there's nothing no human on earth can do about it. That's what I'm saying. So, be ready for battle. Gird yourselves. Gird yourselves. Okay? Expect anything to be said, no matter how freaking crass, or you have to understand, I don't have no home training. I started running away when I was 7 years old. I raised myself. I live by my own rules that I have created over decades. I don't break my own rules. So one of those rules are, once you have made everybody and everything equal, then I demand that everybody be equal. End of discussion. Especially on this level, political. When you sign the paperwork and say, I want to be equal, then you should be forced to be equal. So don't expect me to not talk about your clothing attire, how you laugh, who you harmed, and who you harmed. Damn. And here you harmed. Like this one. What was her name? Nina Turner? How you helped to get that famous black woman house away from her daughter. You took that woman out of her mother's house. They tell me it was paid for. And then you used one of her famous songs at some function as a further insult. That's what you do. Here's the problem. Character matters. Character really does matter. Morality matter. Morality matter. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And your husband should keep that in mind also. We will give deference to any minor children that may live within your household amongst you. But that's about it. So we'll at the most part, try to keep it above the belt, but we will be hitting you very hard. So, but it will be unnecessary if you just leave us alone. You lost the black vote. Okay? So will you stop trying to regain the black vote? Oh, as a reminder, to those who would support her in an organized manner, beware. We won't be playing with you either. At all. Beware. I promise you everything except her airplane falling out of the sky. Okay? Everything else is fair game. So get ready. Now back to the devil and what he's doing. Since y'all so stupid and you can't say shit about this and shit about that. How about this? These are just the type of shit you're going to be hearing said out loud. It's the truth. It just won't nobody else say it but me. You have had, in the last 3 years, 8 heads of state installed or elected that's not indigenous to the lands that they now lead. 8. With Israel making 9. Boy, I got around that algorithm that time, didn't I? With Israel making 9. AIPAC, which should be seen as nothing more than an extension of the Israeli government, controls both houses. It may as well be named the United States of Israel. Now, what that does, here's what that does. It allows these leaders to take those countries and use them as choke points for the flow of goods, resources, and all kinds of other things. It's very dangerous because these people, this group, is insidious, and they operate amongst each other behind closed doors, behind the prying eyes of the rest of the populations. Just remember, again, later on I will be telling you, I told you so. This is what the synagogue of S is. It's an outright attempted takeover of the world, and I am impressed. It's not by the action, but by the idea. That's impressive shit. I mean, one group of people to decide we can take over the world if we do this and this and that, and we control this and this and this. Pronto, hocus pocus. We now have taken control of the world. And they'd be right, except they did not make any calculation for me being here. But now that they know that I am here, and I don't mind causing whatever we have to do, I come for me and mine, those who have chosen God and God's chosen people. That's just how it is, and that's the ups and downs of it. I really don't give a rat's ass about anybody else. I try, though. Lord knows I try. I try, but I feel I just don't like evil people. I just don't like evil folk. But they made no calculations. So what this means is, believers, is get ready for war. Devil tried to act like God once again. Because I asked God, I said, God, Father, does it have to be me? Why do I have to be the one? Now, I mean, I got stuff to do. I'm kind of like how I'm living right now. You know what I'm saying? I got nice furniture, a nice radio. You know what I'm saying? I got the dog and shit. You know, we cool. Making a little money here and now. Can you get somebody else? And you know what God said? I don't have a replacement. I don't have a replacement. And then I walked away to thinking, well, what kind of, I don't want to get in trouble or nothing, but has anybody questioned why he would have such extravagant plan and not have a replacement, should not those who plan for replacements and just in case things go wrong? Don't say it. He was about to say things go wrong. No, don't say that. Things never go wrong. He said he doesn't have a replacement, and by that he was saying he doesn't need one. He only needs you, not a replacement. You. Just you. So, prepare for war. I can guarantee you, things are going to get bad. They're angry now. You have just told an entire movement that's the better part of 18 to 20 years old that they want, or you want, no part of them. You have set them back with, well, they set themselves back, but your response set them back 10 years at least. 10 years. Y'all looking strong. And they starting to look scared. They even issued apologies. Why would they think that was a good idea? Driven by their hate. Hate drives actions. Driven by their hate. It's unplaced. It's unfair, too. It's unplaced and it's unfair. If you're going to hate anyone, hate those who make you feel like a piece of shit. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, God ain't done nothing to make you hate him. But tell the truth. That's why when you do bad things toward God, I'm going to tell you a secret. When God's angry, all of heaven is angry. I shit you not. Everything's angry up there, man. It's like group anger. I mean, it's crazy. And it's dangerous. I be trying to back out the room quietly. No, we're not going to disturb any of this. I did have a question. I'll be back. It feels quite rageful in here. So, get ready for war. You have set them back. You have hurt them. And they will act out of their hate again. They will act out of their hate again. Who knows what's going to happen? You wondering if I'm talking about the LGBTQ community or the deep state, ain't you? Both. They're in too deep. Their only way out is forward, even if it crashes them. This is classic, people. They've painted themselves inside of a box. Inside of a box. Okay? That's how it is. That's how it is. Black folk, these other folk make it awfully hard for me to do what I'm trying to do here. Sometimes it's you, but what do I do with a Nancy Pelosi? How do I explain to black people that all white people ain't bad when I got Nancy floating her ass out there saying from this position of power, hey, hurt them. Damn them niggas. We don't give a damn if they starve, homeless, hungry, gentrification. Don't give them a damn thing. Panda. How do I tell them that all white people ain't bad? Because this woman has been in politics, I know for a fact, 2.5 decades. That means she has garnered over 3 to 4 million votes in that time. So that means that her so-called base or her from her district put her in office, and they also knew she had these views. That's why I believe in collective punishment. That's why I believe in the collective, because I know that they have a hive mentality, and they walk in lockstep, and what one want, all of them want. So they have all formed these agreements, so every member of that fucking agreement should pay. Not just the primary actor. Not just the primary actor. Okay? Anyway. The black vote is gone. Okay? So just stop it. Focus on other things. Like, who are you gonna help if and when you become president for real? From this plot twist. And it was a plot twist. I mean, they even got past the primaries, folks. They didn't even have a Democratic primary. She is the selected VP. So much for the democratic process that they all believe in, huh? They are denying millions of people a choice. Millions of people. They want it bad, don't they? But who wants it bad? Who wants it bad? See, y'all make me talk this way. Who wants it bad? Is it Kamala? May I call her that? Is it Kamala? Or is it her husband? Because in her husband, now you knew I was going to go there. Okay, I'm going to pull back. So that would mean that now this group of people that's non-indigenous to anywhere on earth except Eastern Europe have now taken control over 8 or 9 different countries, and Madam President's bed. Dun, 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 dun. I told you I was going to say it. Don't look at me like that. I told you I was going to say it. Okay? I qualified this whole conversation with a disclaimer. I said that I would be saying things like that. You simply have to fill in the blanks now. Since you can't use this word, and you can't use that word, and you can't use this word, then I have to do it this way. And so this way I will. With that, they would have solidified not only the presidency of the United States via her husband, which is also of that other group of indigenous people who steal everybody's shit and take the power and change cultures. At that point, I would tell the American people that you should probably start to consider defeat. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a heads up at how things are looking out here from my point of view. You have an ish over there, an ish over here, an ish over there, an ish over here, an ish over there, an ish over here, and an ish over there, and one in the bed. That's a lot of damn issue, ain't it? You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Chop on that one a minute. The pieces of the puzzle. The pieces of the puzzle. Think about that.